What's up, y'all? Erroneous here, back with another Godforge video. I want to talk about Ryvenite in this video and how you utilize Ryvenite in the beta and what I think about it versus is it good or bad for the game, but just in general, where you get it, how you farm it, and what it's used for. So let's get right into this. So first of all, I'm level 31. I don't play every day. I've played partially some days where I'm just logging in to collect some rewards from the calendar, but I am on day 7, so 1 week in. However, I'm not hyper focusing on this game just because I don't have the time, and not everybody has the time to do this. So if you're like me, I'm a free-to-play player coming from other gacha games, and I do like grinding, but playing multiple games means you're only going to focus on certain games at once. So I might not be as far into the game as other people, other players. First and foremost, Ryvenite. Ryvenite can be gathered, obtained from certain areas of the game, one being dungeons. So in dungeons, you can actually go to this guy here, which is the workshop of Pita, and you'll get not only gear, but also Ryvenite. Now, Ryvenite, you can get raw Ryvenite as well as polished Ryvenite, which is the second tier. And then there's a third tier of Ryvenite as well, as long as you get further and further into the stages. Now, one thing I want to note is I would like in future beta or future gameplay to see now you can only see one stage ahead. So I would like to be able to see every single stage and how much you can get for materials from each stage, because it would just be interesting to know that. Now, I do like that you could see a best clear details in terms of champions. It took me 37 turns at the fastest with 2 minutes and 2 seconds for stage 4. Now, I don't even have one rank 6 hero yet, but I would like to get that soon. I should hopefully get it today or tomorrow. I'll make another video of why or what you should be doing to level up your heroes way faster. Now, you can get possible sets. Now, there's quite a few. There's a Shrine set, there's a Guardian set, there's Avenger, there is Body, and then there is Souls. Now, I'll also make a video at some point on which sets I think are the best to farm. And then there's possible slots that you can get. So I believe farming dungeons is probably the best in terms of gear, possible like set gear versus just experience. Campaign should be farmed if you want more experience, in my opinion, especially for early stage. Now, the possible qualities are up to level 4, which is flawless. Level 5 is obviously the best, but you can get helmets from this one. So Ryvenite is also going to drop either 30 to 50 raw Ryvenite or 6 to 7 polished Ryvenite. That's just for stage 4. Stage 5 is a little bit better in terms of raw, but nothing changes for the polished. I think that it's harder to upgrade gear in this game as opposed to other gacha games. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's a little bit harder for early game because a week in many other games, you're probably already got a bunch of 6-star gear or very high level gear just from the start. Whereas as of right now, this beta, because it's a beta, things could change. But right now with the beta, you don't get super strong gear right away unless you spend tons of silver in the store, for example. You can go to the store, you can go here, you could try to get different things. So I think it's actually not the store. There's a couple of different areas that you can go. It's not the Crucible. See, I'm trying to remember everything and where to go now. But you can get also Ryvenite from the weekly quests. You can get it from the daily quests, so 10 polished Ryvenite, 10 polished Ryvenite. And then the monthly you get the perfect Ryvenite, which is how you level up your gear to the max level. So if you get polished Ryvenite, it's better on the higher level gear. You do not want to waste your Ryvenite on low level gear if you can help it, but you can if you absolutely need to help progress in the early stages. But after the early stages, you really don't want to use, if you can help it, don't use any polished Ryvenite or like really high level Ryvenite, the perfect Ryvenite, on low level gear. It's just going to waste your time. Okay. So the calendar, this is where it is. I think it's the unlock mode, right? No, it's not. I know that it's somewhere here that you can go to purchase a bunch of stuff. Annoying a little bit, not super annoying, but it's a little bit frustrating because you still have to learn where everything is. It's the bazaar. Here it is. So the bazaar, every day this resets. Be super careful with spending all your resources in the bazaar. You can get some Ryvenite from here, but most of the time you're getting raw Ryvenite, some polished Ryvenite, It's only 50k, so I have 2.84 million from farming. So like this is the best case scenario. 5 perfect Ryvenite. This is probably one of the best places to get it since it's only 50k, but that's because this is an early stage. So the perfect Ryvenite, 50k, you can get lucky, but you have 5 daily limit of this Ryvenite crate. This is probably the best place to go because it's only 250k to get the polished and the perfect Ryvenite. So like I just got 15 perfect Ryvenite. Again, this is great for if you're not really farming, you don't really have much left. You can get a bunch of Ryvenite from here. When it comes to upgrading, every time you upgrade a level, okay? So if I were to upgrade, boom, there's a level up, level 30. You get to choose. Spirits are, I think, the worst. You only get like level 2 spirits half the time. So this is garbage. I've tested every one. Aether stones, also pretty garbage, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, maybe it all comes down to luck, right? You could potentially get yourself a high level Aether stone, but personally, I would rather have experience. I highly recommend just going experience. But if you were to get Ryvenite, it doesn't even tell you what you might get. There's no preview of what you might get, which I think should be updated in the future for a future beta. So if I were to choose Ryvenite here, I just don't recommend it personally. I'd rather go for the spirits or the Aether stones here. But the Aether stones are the best for potentially getting a sort of like sacred Aether stone, a legendary Aether stone. That's the best part. Or even these ancestrals. They're basically like ancients. And now I leveled up one more because I wanted to show you. So experience is definitely number 1. It's from the far left here versus Ryvenite versus Spirit. I always recommend going for experience because you want to level up a champion as fast as possible. But like I said, Ryvenite, you could go for 50k experience is not a lot, but it's better than nothing. So essentially you want to just level up, try to get champions as fast as possible. So Ryvenite, let's go back here so I don't get off to a tangent here. But ultimately you utilize the Ryvenite to upgrade gear. Now my champion here, Bastet, she has her gear pretty much maxed besides this piece. So as you can see on the bottom right to the left of enhance, I'm using polished Ryvenite to upgrade this piece of gear. And then as I level up, I have to use more and more polished Ryvenite. It cost only 34k gold, but cost 34 polished Ryvenite just to get a level 3 piece of gear max to 16. Gives me additional 30%, well, rather another 7.5% HP on top of this. So I max this out. We'll get ourselves some more speed, defense, crit damage. It is a Slayer piece because she's good as a Slayer. So there you go. It does cost quite a bit of polished Ryvenite in order to upgrade the pieces of gear. Now, if I had a higher level piece of gear, say for example, this level 4, and I wanted to level this up, see the higher level gear cost the higher level Ryvenite. So this piece that's level 4 gear, if I max it out, it's going to bring me to a maximum of 32% HP instead of the level 3, which was 30% HP, but also cost 7 of the perfect Ryvenite to upgrade as opposed to the 34 polished Ryvenite for the level 3 gear getting up to level 16. So that's the difference. And if I upgrade this, I do want to upgrade, see what we get for crit rate, attack, or resistance. So we got 3 additional crit rate, we got more resistance, not really any more an attack. And it is a shrine piece which gives plus 15 speed for a 2-piece set. 4-piece outgoing healing is 30%. This is actually great for a support type champion, for example, as gear. And then a 6-piece heal all allies 10% of their max HP at the start of the turn, which is really nice. You can actually technically put the shrine on any hero on a 6-piece is very powerful, but I'll talk about sets in another video at some point. So there you have it. That is Ryvenite. Other places you can get it, for example, would be campaign. So as you're leveling through the stages, there'll be some, if you click on a stage, skip this here, but there'll be right next to it what you can get for requirements, and it usually will tell you what you can get for rewards. And then if you go here, if I want to look at the rewards, you can also see rewards from here as well. So I wish there was a way that you could actually open expand this reward set so you can see all the rewards in the future without having to just see the next one up. So that would be nice to have in the next beta or so. But yeah, so Ryvenite can get from campaign. You can farm it from dungeons if you don't have any like gold or anything like that. And then you can also get it from the bazaar and from leveling up. So multiple areas that you can get it from. That's how you level up gear. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How is your beta going so far? I personally think that Ryvenite is kind of useless in my opinion. I mean, it's adding an additional layer of resource that you have to utilize to upgrade gear. I think it should just cost gold. Just my personal opinion. But I mean, maybe they utilize Ryvenite in the future for other things. As long as they do that, and you can get maybe other spirits with Ryvenite, or maybe add it so that you can get more out of Ryvenite in the future. As of right now, if it's only used for gear, I think it's a little bit pointless, but that's just my personal opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you on a Godforge video soon. Take care.